Oh my gosh, Kevin Hill, we are back once again. I feel like we just did this. Did we do something recently where we spent a little time together?
I think it's been months, right?
It's been
It
a
feels like
while.
months.
Well, for those who may not know, yesterday we did an all-day webinar, 10 hours, 10 hours of 25-minute webinar slots. We had 20 companies show up, 20 sponsors for the BCS. Man, I was exhausted. I slept good last night. I don't
I
know how
did
you
too.
slept.
I did too. I was completely exhausted, tapped out. The mental bandwidth was just done whenever I
Totally
walked
done,
off.
but it was great, man. We had so many companies that came on. We had great conversations. We had a couple demos, talked about what we're doing there, and hopefully a chance for the BCS attendees to get to know those sponsors. So we're currently working on how we're going to distribute those. We're trying to get those into the Cvent app. We're going to see if we can do it. We
Mhm.
think we can. And so this is a way for attendees to get to know some of the sponsors ahead of time. We may throw them in a Google Drive and just let people filter through those. We'll figure it all out, but it's going to be a great time for everybody to get together here in just a few days. I mean, we are like 3 or 4 days away from heading to Indy and getting the Summit Week started, which is gonna be great.
We are. I'm jumping on a plane in 3 days.
Dude,
72
it's
hours.
just nuts. I know, it's absolutely nuts. So we got a great show today. We got some guests. We got some first time attendees, I believe, coming in today, and a sponsor on the show today. So we're gonna have a great time talking about that. What are you most looking forward to next week? I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but for this show, what are you most excited about for the summit this time around?
I think I said it maybe 20 times yesterday. You know, uh, beyond the networking, beyond seeing all the old friends, meeting new friends, DOT inspections. I'm fascinated. I'm ready to get out there and listen to Sergeant Flores and see what goes into a level one inspection.
I've never seen a DOT inspection. I mean, I have to admit,
Haven't either.
I've never even heard about that. So it'll be a nice eye-opening experience, especially for the freight brokers attending who've never seen it before. Maybe help them understand the whole process a little bit more. So
Mhm.
that all is going to be really exciting. And there's a lot of new things. I was on a podcast with Tommy Werdine this morning, and he said, "Hey, what's
Yeah.
new at the summit this year?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's like 7 or 8 things that are
Mhm.
new." So we're just trying some things out. We'll see what works. But again, it's going to be a great time in
It
Indy in
is.
just a couple days, which is great. All right, well, let's get this party a rockin' and bring on our first guest from CF Cartage, one of our carriers who is showing up, Bonnie Bloecher. Join the show. Come on. What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Did I pronounce your name correctly? It's okay. You can tell
Yes,
me if I
Bloecher.
did. I get it right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was Bloecher or Bloker. Could it go either way at that
You
point?
know
You
what?
never know.
Everybody says it differently, but it is Bloecher.
The CH can be tricky. It can throw you off from time to
Can.
time. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it can
Yeah.
definitely.
All right, and you're coming to us from Chicago, north side of Chicago today, and you're going to be heading to Indy here in just a little bit. I think it's you and your husband are going to be coming to join us,
Yes,
correct?
correct. Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful. Well, tell us a little bit about CF Cartage. I'd love to hear more about what you guys do, what you specialize in, and how the heck did you find the summit?
Oh, well, I first off, we're Chicago-based local carrier within like a 100-mile radius of O'Hare, and we specialize in specialized moves, whether it be flatbeds. We do next day delivery, same day delivery. We have Moffats and cranes, so we can get. We usually move raw materials and to job sites that have no docks, no anything. We're able to unload, load anything they need wherever they want it. We could pull up right next to exactly where they need it. So that's what we do. We specialize in that, and we do things that bigger companies can't. So
You guys are the renegades. You go anywhere. You'll take
we
freight anywhere.
well
Put it
within
anywhere.
a certain, yeah, right, and yeah, within a certain
Any site
radius.
that
But
is,
yeah,
yeah.
we will
Any
go
location.
anywhere on any job site, and we've been in business since '89, and keep growing.
You
So
say
Is it
you do
family
a
owned?
100-mile
Yes.
radius around Chicago?
yeah, within like a 50 or 80-mile radius.
Okay.
But yeah, it is family owned. My father started it, and then I took over, and my husband. So now we're running it, and our son is involved now. So going down, going down the family line, but it's good. It's been
Yeah,
good.
going down 3 generations. That's awesome to hear. And how did you hear about the summit? And is this your first time attending, or were you able to make
This
it to
is
one of
my
the previous
first
ones?
time attending in person. I did go to the very first one where there was maybe 40 people in a room, and I went
Yeah,
there
nice.
Wow.
personally, and I loved it. But I could never get to the other two. I think is this the fourth?
This is the fifth one, actually.
Fifth. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed quite a few. But anyway, but yeah, so that's how I heard about it, but just kept keeping watch on you guys and seeing what you're doing, and really love the format.
Kevin, we got an OG right
I know,
here.
right?
Bonnie, she goes back further than us on this thing, man. I feel like I'm in.
What were
in the
your
company of
initial
greatness.
thoughts in Indy, that first inaugural broker carrier summit?
Oh my God, it was the fact that the brokers and the carriers had almost the same questions and same worries. That is what really drew me in. We're thinking, can we really trust these brokers out there? And they're worrying if they can trust the carriers. So the fact of getting these two groups of people together and forming relationships on people that you can trust, that is what just really drew me in.
Man, Kevin, you and I saw that in Tampa. So Kevin and I joined for the Tampa Summit, which was in the fall. And we saw that. We saw carriers who were kind of airing their grievances. It was kind of a Festivus moment where they were talking about the things that they were upset about. And the brokers in the room were like, we wouldn't do that to you. Like, that's not how we work. We'll pick up the phone at 7:00 at night. We'll give you the right information. And it was kind of going back and forth. And it was really neat to see that. And, one of the themes for this year, and it's the reason why we have these jerseys, and every board member is going to have a jersey. And I think, Kevin, we may have to offer to sell custom jerseys to the people who are there. Everybody's been asking for these, so we have to figure out how to do that. But one of the themes this time around, Bonnie, is team. Like, we're really on the same team. Like, a brokerage without carriers doesn't have a business. Right. And small carriers without some of the freight brokers that they work with, they don't have a business. They're their outsourced sales team. So we're really on the same team, and we have similar concerns. How can we work together?
Exactly. That's what, from the first moment I saw that, I was like, this is great. I mean, it's because I have brokers calling me. I don't know who they are. They're just looking for someone to move their freight, but I don't know who they are. I don't know if I could trust them. And it's hard to vet them at that point. If you really haven't heard from them, it's hard to vet them.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of tools in place right now to vet carriers. We don't have a lot of tools right now to vet brokers, for the carriers to use. We're starting to see some of those pop up, but there's not a whole lot to your concern. And I have to ask this one question, then Kevin, your next is, you were at the first summit. So I want to see if this is true. Is it true that somebody got up and said, I'm here because I hate brokers, but I've never met one? And that's why, did that really happen?
Yes.
We hear that.
Yes. Yeah.
Man, we heard that.
I thought it was great. That whole first meeting was just, somebody said.
Hopefully you've seen that continue at the Indy one, where people are free to say what they want, free to express their opinions and their struggles or challenges. The conversations become very authentic. I think that's been the difference for this conference for me, is just seeing brokers and carriers just lay it out there. Like, here's what we're struggling with. How can we work together? How can you help out? How can I help you out? Those types of things. So I hope you see the same thing. I'll be really curious to hear your feedback as somebody who came to the first one, hasn't been able to make one since, and is now coming back on how it's changed, hopefully for the better. I can't wait to hear your feedback.
Yeah, I'm excited to go. Really excited to be there.
There's going to be about 15 to 20 times more people at this one than the original one in Indiana.
Oh, I go. Okay, well, yeah. The first
maybe
one
20 times more.
Maybe, I don't know how many were online, but look like maybe 20 or 30 in the room.
Maybe, and we haven't been very good at online virtual stuff, so who knows if they actually watched anything.
Yeah.
We don't do the online format anymore. We decided until we can actually make it good, we're not going to do that. So we stopped that after Tampa. But it's going to be a bigger crowd this time around. Are you guys driving a truck over? Are you just flying over? Are you driving over? How are you getting to Indy?
We're just driving over. We're not driving one of our trucks or anything. So we're just cruising on over. In the future, we're going to have a truck beauty pageant, very similar to how, kind of Matt's does it, because we're working on finding facilities that have truck parking right on site, where drivers can bring their trucks and park right on site, and we can have a little fun with that. So we're continually kind of, innovating and growing and progressing, but it's going to be fun. Yeah. That sounds great. Yeah.
All right, Bonnie, we're going to get you out of here on this. What are you most looking forward to in Indianapolis?
Honestly, information and making connections and really learning about what brokers are looking for and carriers and what they're afraid of, and me trying to find out if we can trust them and who we can trust.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do that. We got a lot of networking opportunities. If you've looked at the agenda, we've added some things. We have a lot of breakout sessions and opportunities to have those conversations and to learn.
Yes.
The learning labs on Tuesday are going to be great. So can't wait to meet you. Please do me a favor, Bonnie. When you get there, if you find me running around, come up and introduce yourself. I'd love to shake hands and get to know you guys. And really excited to meet some OGs, Kevin. Some of the
I know,
OGs
right?
of the Broker
OG.
Carrier Summit.
I will definitely
Awesome.
do that. I will seek you out.
Awesome. Well, Bonnie, safe travels over there, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you.
Yep. Take care. Oh man, dude, that gets me excited right there.
I know,
because I've
right?
only met a couple of OGs, like Andy Pritchard's been to everyone. We know that, from Blue Northern distributing up in Wisconsin. But there, that's pretty cool to see an OG coming back. That's pretty exciting.
It is. It's something we were talking about a little bit yesterday. The OGs and the original, in the banquet room of in Indianapolis, and I was not expecting that.
Well, I guess we at least have verification that the story we've been hearing of how the Broker Carrier Summit kicked off in Indianapolis is true. It actually did happen.
True.
So that's a good thing.
It's not
all right.
legend.
Listen, we gotta bring on our next guest, and I gotta tell you what, I feel like in many ways the Broker Carrier Summit has arrived now that this person and this company is a part of what we're doing and coming to check it out. So really excited to bring on from Lead Coverage, one of the co-founders, Kara Smith Brown. Kara, what's up? How are you? Oh, you're muted, but you look great.
You told me to mute in the green room.
I did. It's my fault. It's totally on me.
Like walk-on music or something. This is so fun.
Sometimes we have walk-on music, but we're at the end here. We're all stressed out. We're just trying to make sure we get the guest on the show.
Settle down, Kara. Settle down.
I mean, I could play some music for. I don't know what you like. We've got some stuff. Here's one of my favorite mix-ups, and this is it's a little political. I do apologize. But this is hilarious.
Kamala,
so somebody put this together.
At a dance party with Beyonce. Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce.
I love the people who are creative that take just basic words and put them into a song. Just fun stuff. Anyways, we'll move on from there. Kara, it's great to have you with us today, and also to have you with us in Indy.
Hi guys.
Can't wait. So let's talk about you and talk about Lead Coverage. And I got to tell you, we had Will and Jeff on yesterday. I was able to interview them to talk about Lead Coverage in a little more detail. And Will shared the story of how you two got together. I'd never heard that.
Yeah.
I'd never heard the story of how you guys got connected, both doing some consulting, doing some different things. And after 3 years, you're like, this is silly. We should just do this together.
Yeah, more like 6 years actually. So it took my husband 3 years to marry me, and it took Will Haraway 6 years to marry me.
Man.
So.
I'm not sure what that says. It took my wife 7 years to marry me. So I don't know. Maybe we're
I always say I have a husband, and then I have a work husband. Will is the work husband. Yeah. But it's been a great partnership. We've been together, I guess, since 2015-ish, if you think about it, which is a long time. So almost 10 years. So the fact that you put up with me for 10 years, I think, is that someone should give the guy a medal.
Well, maybe we'll do that. We'll have to come up with some sort of gift or prize. Although he won't be there. I think it's you and Jeff. We won't be. When he comes to the summit, we'll make a big deal. Do you have a 10-year anniversary date, or is it just kind of it's close enough?
We should probably look it up. Did he tell you that it was working for Cargo Chief?
Yes. Yeah.
Like OG Cargo Chief.
OG Cargo Chief, brokerage Cargo Chief, and they were freight broker.
Yeah, super early on, Umpteen Hamidi Cargo Chief, a million years ago. And so, no, I should probably go back and look that up so we can actually celebrate.
Yeah, we were joking about that because I was at DAT at the time, and Cargo Chief was one of my clients, an enterprise freight broker. They were buying RateView, and they were doing some other stuff before they really moved into the technology space. Yeah. So it's a small world. Keeps getting smaller every day.
They were one of my first customers over at CarrierWorks.
Kevin, now you're just trying to be a part of this. Come on, now you're just trying to get into the conversation.
Kevin's always a part of it. Always.
Yeah, Kevin's got that underground kind of path to be a part of just about everything that's going on. That's for sure.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
Well, Kara, we got to talk about a couple things. First of all, wrote a book, bestseller, Revenue Engine. Yep, it's right here. And
Evans is around somewhere too.
My copy's around here somewhere.
Go find it. But Kara, you also just completed, or about to complete, really, really close, the companion workbook guide.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about this because I took my shot. I asked you to be a part of a learning lab with me. These things are really popular at Broker Carrier Summit. 150 people are going to be there. It's crazy in our session. But I asked you to be a part of it, and you said yes. I was almost a little shocked, but incredibly excited about that because
you're so pumped.
You are leading the way in terms of marketing in our industry. And you got this workbook, and everybody who shows up is going to get a copy. And that's so cool. I'm excited about that.
We have books and workbooks for everyone that shows up to the learning day for sure. And then we have more books because we're hosting an event on the Friday. We're doing the workshop. So we're doing the work. Okay, so let's start over. The Revenue Engine is the book. It's an Amazon bestseller. It's 250 pages on go-to-market in supply chain. So very specifically for our space, because that's all I do every day, all day. And then we wrote the companion workbook, and we are taking them on tour. So the first tour date is tomorrow in Atlanta. This is kind of our kickoff. I do still have to figure out what I'm going to say, but I believe that I can do that tomorrow.
You'll have no trouble.
All the confidence in the world that you can do that.
Yeah. And I have my superstar team with me anyway, which is great. So they're going to pitch in. And then our next date is actually May 2nd. So it's in Indianapolis. So we're not trying to compete with the Broker Carrier Summit. You guys are crushing it. I have no interest in competing. But if you're going to be in Indy anyway, you can come if you want to the workbook tour in Indianapolis. So most of the
that's
folks,
great.
Our clients.
Where's that?
One more time.
We're in Indianapolis.
That is a very good question. It is at
if you can find us, you can come.
I am sure that someone on my team knows where we're going, and I'm sure there's an email about it, but this is how I'm either really, really smart for not being involved in this, or I'm really dumb for not knowing what's going on. But it's happening.
Yeah.
It's in Indy proper, and we're doing it on Friday. It's just the morning. So it's a morning session, like 9:30 to 12. Lunch is included.
That's great.
So, but
that actually works out well. No, that works well because we're not doing anything on Friday morning. People don't want to do things on Friday morning at the summit. We found out the hard way last couple of times. So all we do is offer breakfast. If anybody wants to come down to the hotel lobby and have breakfast on us, they're welcome to do some final networking, whatever. But there's no program, so they could come grab breakfast and then head right on over to what you're doing. So,
it's going to be a really fun day. I think there's only like 20 people coming. It'll be super intimate. I'm really excited about Broker Carrier. This is my first time. I've never been.
I know. We're so excited to have you. Like I said, I feel like we're starting to arrive, because we're getting people like Kara Smith Brown to come to the Broker Carrier Summit. All right. It's going to be fun. You're going to enjoy it. It's really unlike, I know a lot of conferences probably say this, but it really is unlike any other conference that's out there. It's less presentation, more conversation, no exhibit booths. We have all of our sponsors fully immersed. And what's interesting, Kara, is when I was in Tampa, they didn't have these booths. And I was like, are sponsors going to enjoy this? Like, what are they paying for? But what was really cool was that our sponsors loved it because they had to immerse themselves into the conference, had to build relationships to start with. They left with better quality leads because they started with a relationship as opposed to starting with transaction. And so we're like, if you don't like these, then great, we won't have them. We'll never have them because we don't like doing it either. We feel like it's kind of a money grab for some of these conferences. I don't want to deal with booths and all that. And so it's different in that context. It's different that it's really about networking. That's our primary objective, education being our second. And the ultimate goal is obviously people doing business together, finding ways to work together, brokers, carriers, tech vendors, marketing, recruiting, all the people that are there. And this is the theme is we're all on the same team. Like we all need each other, especially when the times get tough. We need each other. We got to bond together and help each other out.
People are doing deals on the floor. They're covering loads.
It's crazy.
New contacts, the carriers are getting freight, and it puts everybody in such a good mood. Everyone's so approachable. It's very blue collarish.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I really hope you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback when you get there. So let's talk for just a minute about the Learning Lab. And then you also are part of a panel discussion as well. So the Learning Lab, we're going to split that up. I'm going to take the first half. I'm going to talk a little bit about brand and storytelling and customer advocacy and those types of things. You're going to come back in and talk about your framework. So dig into that just a little bit. Give us a little sample of what people can expect.
Sure. So the framework that we execute, we don't love the word brand. So I'm glad you're going first because you can talk about brand for an hour and then I can talk about not brand for an hour.
That's right. That's right.
So everyone gets a holistic experience. So we focus on math. We focus on math in the funnel, pipeline, et cetera. So we have a 9-step process. Kind of 6 of them are important. Share good news, track interest, follow up is the how. And then we measure volume, velocity, and value. And so we'll spend some time in the summit, if we only have an hour, probably talking about those 6 pieces. So really important. You're going to talk about brand. We'll talk about how do you share good news? How should you share good news? Should you share bad news? I had a great conversation with someone today about talking about tariffs and how loaded that is. but also that your customers are feeling pain. And so you do need to talk about it, even though it feels political. We'll talk about primary intent signals, and then we'll give a little teaser to what is probably going to come up when I'm on the panel with Rob Light on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, because Rob Light is like, I think the coolest thing since sliced bread. Not him, the human. Well, he's cool too, but
he is cool. Rob,
he's a cool guy.
Rob is really cool. We didn't mean it. We didn't mean it.
Rob's great. But carrier source, what he's doing with primary intent signals and stream intent, I think is really cool. So we'll do a little bit of that, and then we'll really talk a lot about how you measure. And what I like people to walk away with from the book or from the workbook is, what are you going to bring back to your marketing team or to the leader of your go-to-market group and say, here, start with this. Like, there is actually a PowerPoint, not a PowerPoint. That's a PowerPoint. There's a PowerPoint graphic in the book that's like, start measuring here. Like, this is a 101 measurement, and there's a 301 measurement, but start with 101 and see where you can get from there. So I really want people to walk away with like tangible takeaways from both the Learning Lab and from the panel. Yeah.
And that word you start, that's the most important thing, is just get started. Start doing something. Take one of these things and just implement one of these things. If you can only do one, just take one and get started with that and see where it leads to. Yep. So that's exciting. I kind of think about our Learning Lab as a little bit like art and science. Like, you're really good at the math and the reporting, and I just like talking about, brand and storytelling and customer stuff. So I think it'll be pretty holistic. I think it'll be good. They'll walk away with a slightly different approach. I don't know that I'm going to take my whole hour. I think I'm going to give you a little extra time. So I'm going to give you.
I will talk as long as you let me, Trey.
I know. We'll work it out. It's going to be great.
I wrote a whole book on it. I am welcome to do the whole thing. Yeah.
That's going to be great. Learning Lab on Wednesday, and then Thursday is just a fun day. We got our loaded and rolling party on Thursday night at Delara. So I'm just excited for you to be a part of the whole thing and looking for your feedback. On how we do. So it'll be great.
Pumped. Thanks for having me.
When are you getting into Indy? Are you getting in on Monday, Tuesday morning? When are you getting in?
Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Tuesday night. I think it's Tuesday night.
No, Tuesday morning. Our webinars.
Oh, that is Monday night. It's Monday night.
I'll have to teach your book for you if you don't show up.
I also don't book my own travel, so I have no idea, if I'm honest. I haven't looked at that yet.
You'll make it, I'm sure. No problem on that. Sure. But looking forward to seeing you in Indy, and thanks for jumping in with both feet and being a part of the summit. It's gonna be great.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
All right, take care.
Yeah.
Man, that's exciting. I cannot wait to have her there for that. And sometimes listen, you just got to shoot your shot, folks. That's the lesson learned. You got to shoot your shot. You want something to happen, just ask, see what happens, and it's definitely a no if you don't. So you might as well just
start. Right? You said it. You got to start.
That's right.
That's all you got to do. Start doing.
Yep, it's going to be great. Hey, speaking of starting, just so for those who aren't aware, we're doing something a little different this year to start things off. So after our Learning Labs on Tuesday, instead of going right into an opening reception, we're going to have our very first Women in Logistics happy hour from 5:30 to 6:30. Come grab a drink, hear about what Women in Logistics is doing, the initiative they have there with Dawn Fabier and Jessica Dotson, Rachel Backfish, and Melanie Patterson, Krista Knichel, all them. We're all going to be there having a great time. And then our opening reception with speed dating will start at 6:30. So slightly different night. We should be done by 9. Plenty of time to go to the bar or go back to the hotel and get some rest. And so it's going to be a great start to the conference on Tuesday, which is 5 days away. It's crazy. It's coming fast and furious. All right. Our last guest for today on the show, possibly, we might get Brent Hutto. I'm working on it. We're seeing if he can pop in here late. So I was kind of last minute addition. I invited him last night. Hopefully he can make it. But if you can't, that's all right. We're going to close things out with somebody who's been to summits before and is coming back again, representing McClay's Logistics. Lawrence Ziden to the show. Lawrence, what's up? Did I get your last name right? Is it Ziden?
Yeah, you got it. It's pretty right. You got it right.
How do you say it?
It's Lawrence Zaidan.
Zaidan. Oh, yeah. I wasn't even close. You're too generous. I wasn't even close.
It's pretty close.
Zaidan, very good. So, Lawrence, glad to have you coming back. I know McClay's has been invested in this since Kansas City. I think it was the first one that you guys came to was Kansas City.
Correct. Yes.
And you had representation in Fort Worth, I believe, and then here in Indianapolis. And so, welcome back, man. Excited to have you back on the on this show, but back to the summit. And you're coming to play. Are you playing golf on Monday?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. That's going to be awesome. What did you think about that tournament the first time you played it in Kansas City? I mean, the weather was awesome. Crazy, but
outside of the weather conditions, it was awesome, man. I was actually telling Mark LeBreau, was one of the owners and partner owners of the company. I just told him what a great event it was. Outside of just being able to just kind of golf and experience new things and meet new people. the event was just kind of eye-opening for me, and it was pretty. It's something I told them I wanted to come back to. So eventually, it was something I've been keeping my eye on, and this came about, and I told him, hey, what's your thoughts on me coming to Indy Carrier Broker Summit this year? And he's like, let's go ahead and do it. So here I am, flying in on Sunday. So Sunday night I'll be there. I'm actually bringing one of my coworkers with me, one of our carrier reps, just to kind of give them the experience, to just kind of see what it's about. But yeah, man, I'm looking really forward to it.
That's perfect. Yeah, looking forward to having you in there as well. Golf tournament is rounding out nicely. We still have a few people registering, but we're up to like 70 golfers now. So it's going to be another great event. The weather this time, Lawrence, it's going to be
80
like
and
82. I know. Partly cloudy, no
I'm
rain
excited.
Forecast. So hope that doesn't change. This one should be much more enjoyable. And the golf course is just awesome. The Sagamore Club, it's a private country club. We have the whole course to ourselves the whole day. So it's like, This is the first time we've had that. So pretty excited about how it's all gonna work out. But glad you guys are coming back. Talk about what you guys got out of the past summits. From a brokerage angle. What did you get out of it? And what are you looking forward to here in Indy?
This is my first time on a podcast. To be honest, as you guys know, I can just give you a little bit of insight about me and kind of McClay's, and I can kind of jump into a little bit of what we're looking forward to when it comes to the summit. I graduated from Michigan State in my supply chain degree and got my business degree. I've been in the industry.
You actually plan to be in this industry. Hold on. Hold the phone. Nobody plans to be in this industry. You
nobody does. It was actually funny because when I first graduated college, I had got a job offer to work in Troy, and they didn't have any more seats to fill. So they asked me, hey, we have a job opening in Tampa, Florida. So I moved to Tampa, Florida for a year. And I was there, and
this is too hot. I can't stand this. This is way too.
So I had, I kind of filled my feet into about a year to 2 year mark in the industry, and I've been kind of had my LinkedIn, and I got some experience under my belt, and I just been collecting some people reaching out to me in regards to better opportunities, and just kind of furthered my my knowledge and all that other stuff. So I had an opportunity to come back home to Michigan and work, and ended up here at McClay's in 2021. And as for McClay's, they've been in the industry for 10 plus years. They have an asset-based company in Ingersoll, Ontario, with 250 plus trucks. They opened up the brokerage in 2019, which is based out of Warren, Michigan. And when I came here, we had about a 5 people minimum. And since then, from 2021, when I was here till now, we're almost at about 40. So we're substantially growing, and there's always new things coming about, learning the industry, the markets. So it's been good. We got a lot of business coming our way, and these are the type of things I look forward to when it comes to this summit. Just being able to kind of meet new people, leverage the relationships, kind of just see what people's thoughts are from the aspect of the broker side and the carrier side when it comes to market trends, what new technologies are coming out to kind of be a little bit more efficient. And stuff like that. So for me, it's been eye-opening. I've collected a tremendous amount of business cards when I went to the first summit. I'm talking about over 50, and I've leveraged some of them, not all of them, but it's always good to have those contacts in the back of your pocket, just in case if something arises one day that you can use them and leverage those contacts for sure.
Definitely, it's all about leveraging the contacts.
So it's just great, man. We all know this industry is relationship driven. We all know that networking is kind of the forefront of what is going to take it to the next level. So for me, I take this with full transparency, and I try to engage as much as I can when I come there, whether it was last time and this time.
It goes back to what Trey was saying, and Kara, Stort. Yeah, and that's part of it, right? It's coming out to shows like this. Start collecting business cards.
Yeah, 100%. And these are the type of, events that, kind of, you find new ways to streamline communication. You share your insights and how to just kind of how to navigate current challenges in the industry. Mm-hmm. And these are the places you want to be to kind of get people's ideas and thoughts, and kind of leverages all those ideas and put them all into one, and just kind of see what works. At the end of the day, with what's happening in the world today and all the stuff that's going on, there's new things happening, new changes, with all these new tariffs and stuff in place. It's just been a roller coaster ride. And it's been, and as long as you could ride the wave and just kind of stay afloat, and you have the urgency to kind of keep learning and understanding what's going on in the world and in the market, I think you'll be fine. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'll always kind of keep this on the back of my mind that, you know, it's always about leveraging relationships, and it will take you very far.
You're on mute.
I was going to say I couldn't agree more with that. That's what the summit's all about, is relationships. I got 2 questions for you, Lawrence. The first one is this: have you ever seen a level 1 DOT inspection? And the second question is, how do we get some of that sweet McClay's swag? That's a nice quarter zip portfolio you got on there.
I could talk to Eric about that for sure. I'll try to see if I can grab you a shirt or something on the way before I come to the summit. I'll throw it into my bag.
Yeah.
And as for honest, it's nothing I haven't seen. It would be something I'd be interested in. There's a couple things I am looking forward to, and you know, all in today's world, especially when it comes to customer and carrier stuff, it's very important how fraud and double brokering has become the forefront of, you know, what's going on in the world today. So it's been like the thing that a lot of people in brokerages have been kind of keeping an eye on. So for me, that's one thing that I've been kind of keeping my eye on when I get there, is looking into the fraudulent stuff going on and what people have to say about it in today's world, and what carriers and brokers thoughts are, just to kind of collab as one and see what their thoughts are on that.
Yeah, well, there's gonna be plenty of time for conversations at the summit, as you know, or more about, you know, conversation than presentation. So you'll have a lot of good conversations around that topic and many others. There's a lot of great sessions on the educational tracks this time around. So good luck picking them out, picking the right ones to go to.
No, for sure.
And
I'll leave this, you know, Trey, and just I want to kind of reiterate a couple things just for as McClay's and just for the company. You know, as our company has grown over the course of the past 6 years, you know, we've begun to focus more on our attention on brand awareness. So it's just been a focus that we've been looking to improve on. And, you know, with Google SEO rankings and with the guidance of Misha Weber and his team at Firebrand, you know, we're making a significant progress in doing that. So it's been a really big help. And we had a lot of people reaching out to us for that scenario. So I just want to thank them and appreciate it. And thank you so much for having me on this podcast. It's the first one, a little nervous, but I think it went pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. And Monday, I can't wait. Golf outing is going to be awesome. Really looking forward to it. So.
Likewise, I'm looking forward to that as well. Mishak has the best hats in the industry. That guy has a great hat every time he shows up somewhere. I mean, just phenomenal hat game that he's got going on over there. Good guy. And so, again, we're excited to have you at the summit. Thanks for joining the show today. And we'll see you in Monday. Bring your A game. We're going to have a good time, and we'll see who can take home the hardware.
You got it, brother. Take care.
All right, we'll see you.
Travels.
All right, everybody, that is it for the final road to the summit leading up to the summit in Indianapolis. We're going to sign off for now. However, on May 8th, we have our debrief road to the summit, where we're going to talk about the show and highlights from what happened in Indianapolis. It's still not too late to sign up. Go to brokercarriersummit.com and hit the register button and sign up. Use the coupon code BETA, BETA, to get 10% off your registration. And make sure you come up and say hi to me when you're there. We'd love to meet you, and you're going to have a great time. It's unlike anything you've ever been to before. Summit week is upon us. It starts on Monday with the golf tournament, Tuesday, the learning labs, the opening reception, Wednesday and Thursday, main stage presentations, plus breakout sessions, a little late night karaoke, and our final loaded and rolling party to get out of there. It's going to be a great time. Can't wait to see you guys in Indianapolis in just a few days. Thanks to our sponsor, Ty Software, for sponsoring our podcast. They're going to be sponsoring the podcast booth at the summit, so you can jump on a podcast and talk about your experience and talk about your company. As we said before, it's all about elevating brands and helping people get deals done. Again, looking forward to seeing you in Indianapolis really soon. And until then, for Kevin Hill, who had to hop off for another call today, I'm Trey Griggs, and we will see you in Indianapolis in just a few days. Peace out, everybody.